Hey everyone, I'm Kathy Zitt, Managing Editor of Solar Power World magazine, and I'd like to welcome you to today's webinar on how SMA's Power Plus solution can help you improve logistics and lower system costs. And before we begin, we'll go over just a few house cleaning items. Please know that you can move around the boxes and change their sizes as you would like to view the webinar. And you can also download slides from the resource box on your right. And this webinar will be available after the presentation on demand on solarpowerworldonline.com, and will also be emailed to all registrants, so you can view it again at your convenience. And we'll also have a Q&A at the end of the presentation. We encourage you to participate. You can do so by submitting your questions whenever they come to mind throughout the presentation. And you can type them into the Q&A box at the bottom left of your screen. And we encourage you to engage in the conversation on Twitter with the hashtag #SolarWebinar. I'll go ahead and introduce our presenters. We have Brad Dorr and John Sharp from SMA. And Brad's actually going to start us off.
Thanks for the introduction, Kathy. We're excited to be here today to discuss an exciting new development from SMA, which is the Power Plus solution. And as we go along, we'll touch on the solution's key benefits and how and when it will be most effectively used. And then we'll finish by giving you a few resources to help you further understand the technology as well as easily convey that value to your customers. So let's start with the basic premise that we fully believe module-level power electronics provides benefits to both the installer and the homeowner. They can be used to solve a variety of challenges, including difficult orientations, shading, and much more. But most NLP solutions today are designed to do one thing, and that's optimize a module. SMA has taken a different approach. We've chosen with the Power Plus solution to optimize business mechanics. So with the Power Plus solution, SMA isn't just optimizing a module. We're providing integrators with options to optimize his or her business. For installers looking for the fastest solution, we offer the Sunny Boy with rapid shutdown and shade mitigating OptiTrack global peak technology. This enables an installer to optimize for speed and value. For installers that demand ultimate flexibility or who really want to optimize system design, the Power Plus solution allows for selectively deploying MLPEs to just the modules that need them. This provides an installer with the most appropriate design option for each individual project. And finally, for integrators looking to optimize repeatability in production, full deployment allows an installer to optimize for ultimate performance. With the development of the Power Plus solution, SMA was focused on the whole system and every touch point within a project cycle. The design is simple but flexible, logistics are greatly simplified, and installation is lightning fast. The Power Plus solution will improve production, but do so with less hardware and labor. And of course, the whole solution is backed by SMA's #1 ranked service organization. Now finally, the solution is future-proof, so it can provide 2017 NEC compliance. The Sunny Boy was the first inverter certified to the new 1741 Smart Inverter standard, and it will be compatible with SMA's storage solution to be debuted later in the year. Now let's talk a little bit about design. With the Power Plus solution, SMA provides both simplicity and flexibility. Design with full deployment of TS4 MLPEs is quick and easy, but for users requiring a higher level of sophistication, no other solution allows for the same flexibility. The Sunny Boy's 3 MPPTs and TS4's unique selective deployment capability, which we'll touch on a bit later, allows an integrator the ultimate flexibility in designing for literally any rooftop. And whether it's simple, repeatable design you're looking for or a complex problem that you're trying to solve, the Power Plus solution offers a great design option. And when it comes to improving logistics, the Power Plus solution really shines. So it represents interchangeable pieces that can be mixed and matched as needed. It enables distributors, resellers, and installers to stock much less equipment. For the first time, actually even one inverter can supply MLPE and non-MLPE markets. And with an integrated DC disconnect, we reduce SKUs even further. Now when it comes to the TS4 component, an integrator is free to choose a retrofit model that attaches easily to any module or a smart panel from a number of leading suppliers. Now, by reducing those SKUs and simplifying the platform, integrators have less to stock, they've got less intensive training requirements for their staff, and they've got less chance that they'll need a specialty solution. In terms of installation, the PowerPlus solution is extremely easy to install. The newest Sunny Boy was designed with several improvements that reduce the number of steps from connection to go from unboxing to commissioning. The known string inverter available installs faster. Likewise, when you're talking about the TS4 MLPE, it attaches in a matter of seconds. So on a standard system, this can result in significant time savings for the installer. More importantly, though, the TS4 can be installed in the ground, and this is really interesting because, as we know, the number one cause for injuries in the solar industry isn't electrocution, it's roof falls. So by installing the TS4 on the module, an installer can spend less time on the roof where he's cracking roof tiles or tripping over wires. And some of our more savvy partners are even using less expensive labor back at the warehouse to install the TS4 before getting to site, which reduces the cost and shortens installation even further. And when you're talking about power production, SMA has got many years of experience, and we apply those lessons to enable our partners to achieve greater energy harvest. Any manufacturer can produce a slick data sheet with impressive numbers, but SMA really knows that production is much more than just an efficiency test. The PowerPlus solution improves both immediate production by addressing those common issues that MLPs are used for, like shading, but more importantly, it also addresses lifetime energy harvest. So this solution removes the boost function from the module and places it in a more protected environment, the inverter. Now, this eliminates multiple failure points. Additionally, it enables the MLP to not have to work as hard. Because it's not constantly active, it's generating less heat and less wear and tear. Now, that heat that is generated is also dissipated more effectively than with a standard junction box. So the TS4's protective housing protects against hot spots that appear with standard modules. And finally, communication is not required for production. So this is another failure point SMA has addressed. If your communications fail, it's not fatal. The system will continue producing power. Both the MLPs and the inverter will keep working, and service can be scheduled at the installer's preference. So we've established how simple the PowerPlus solution is and how it's optimized for production, but installation of the physical system is only one part of the customer experience. The full solution is wrapped with a service backstop. And we know service calls can be time-consuming, and they're rarely, if ever, profitable, right? So SMA understands this and is happy to debut a new service program that can cut truck rolls in half. And that's called SMA Smart Connected, and it's a proactive solution that will enable installers to be more efficient with their time, allocating less time to the diagnosis and repair portion of their business and more time towards revenue-generating activities. So really, we're converting a reactionary process into a proactive one that will be more effectively optimized to utilize an installer's time. So SMA Smart Connected is a free service package. It'll be available in July, and there's no additional hardware that's required. All that intelligence is already built into the inverter. All an installer will need to do is click a box in Sunny Portal and fill out some basic customer information as usual. Smart Connected will do the rest. It'll receive error notifications, it'll analyze and diagnose those errors, and then offer remediation. So effectively, again, as we talked about turning a reactive process into a proactive process, it takes a process that's oftentimes or usually initiated by a homeowner who's either upset or has found out that they're losing power or losing revenue. And it turns that into a proactive one where the installer provides that outreach and ultimately delivers a more customer-friendly response. So how does it work? Well, once the installer has registered the system in Sunny Portal, the inverter begins the monitoring process. If an event occurs, the system automatically provides diagnosis, and from there, the installer or homeowner is notified, just depending on how the installer set up the initial notification system. Now, at this point, the system provides guidance to solve the issue, or if the diagnosis and analysis determines a replacement inverter is needed, the RMA process will be initiated, and a new inverter will be automatically shipped to the site specified by the installer. So again, this allows the installer to make a proactive call to the homeowner and schedule service. And SMA has also backstopped this with additional guarantee to provide confidence in the installation community within this process. So really, installers are saving time and maximizing their profitability by taking care of that pre-diagnosis phase. So it's instead of having to roll the truck, get out to site, diagnose the problem, come back, wait, bring out another replacement inverter or additional tools to solve the problem, we've taken care of that whole first set of steps. And it's really decreased the amount of time that the installer needs to spend troubleshooting service calls. And that ultimately results in a more positive homeowner experience. And we all know that clients that are happy with a service experience or with an installer's service program are much more likely to refer that installer for future business. So now that we've talked about some of the key benefits of Power Plus solution, I'd like to turn it over to John, who will talk about the components within the system as well as the use cases for the solution.
Thanks so much, Brad.
Okay.
I was going to read your bio there and introduce John too. I just got disconnected, but I do want to introduce you properly so people know a little bit about both of you. So Brad is the marketing director for SMA America, the U.S.-based subsidiary of SMA Solar Technology, headquartered in Germany, and he's responsible for leading the efforts of SMA America's marketing team to support product and service sales throughout North America. And he also directs SMA's public relations, advertising, and social media efforts to ensure consistent communication through all segments of the PV industry. And John, who we're going to hear from next, is the residential solutions manager for SMA America, and he's responsible for defining products for the North American residential PV market to meet customer needs for value, features, and compliance. And he earned his master's degree from Colorado State University, and he's a NAPSA certified solar PV installer. So I'm sure he has some great insight to share with us. And go ahead, John.
Hey, thank you very much, and good afternoon and good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and thanks, Brad, for giving us an overview of how to optimize your business and the benefits of Power Plus. So we'll spend a couple minutes talking about the Power Plus components overview. What is it you need to install the Power Plus solution? And then we're going to take a look at some applications and give you some guidance on how you might choose which version of Power Plus that Brad mentioned before. So with that, we'll roll into the next slide. So what do you need to install this? With Power Plus, with module level power electronics, you need three things. You're going to need the TS4 devices. We'll talk about those a little bit more later, or smart modules, which we'll introduce. You need the Sunny Boy inverter, in this case the Sunny Boy US40. It's the next or present generation of Sunny Boy in the long line of Sunny Boy US inverters. And then for those systems where you want module level data or you need to have a shutdown functionality to comply with rapid shutdown, you'll need the SMA rooftop communication kit. We'll describe what's in these pieces. So first, let's talk about the Sunny Boy US inverter for those of you who may not be familiar with this yet. Again, as I said, this is the next and present generation of the Sunny Boy inverter US. It comes in 6 different power flavors. And we've got 3 through 7.7. One thing I want you to keep in mind is the 3 and the 3.8 are a 2 MPP device, and the 5 through 7.7 are 3 MPP devices. And that combined with the Power Plus solution is going to give you plenty of MPP tracking and plenty of module level optimization as needed. So the Sunny Boy inverter, as Brad said, it's the only one that's designed to be used with power electronics or with other solutions. It gives you a full range of compliance, whether your jurisdiction is enforcing 2011 NEC, 2014 NEC, and as you know, we've seen a couple states already adopt 2017 NEC code. Unique to the Sunny Boy inverter is the Sunny Portal communication. So this is a Sunny Data Portal. We'll talk about that. And each Sunny Boy inverter comes pre-equipped with Web Connect. That's the data connection directly to the Sunny Portal, and that Sunny Portal connection is free. And of course, with any SMA inverter, but with the Sunny Boy series, you get SMA's service, ranked #1 in service, and you also get free design support with Sunny Design, which is a web-based tool. You can also download that, and that helps you with string sizing and choosing your system components. So the TS4 platform, what is the TS4 platform? So the TS4B I'm going to introduce first is a module integrated version of a unique plug-and-play cover-based concept of module-level power electronics. So what does this plug-and-play concept do? What it is here is, if you can see in the screen, it's a series of different covers which can mount to a module or mount to a retrofit version. And they have different levels of functionality based upon what you're trying to accomplish with your own system design. Starting from a diode cover, which mimics a traditional PV module, to a monitoring platform, which gives you module-level data, to a shutdown version, which complies with NEC 69012 rapid shutdown compliance. We've got an optimizer version, which optimizes each module, and then there's a long string version, which also optimizes but allows you to put more modules in series than a traditional PV design. And one thing that's unique about the TS4 platform is that each cover encompasses the functionality of the cover before it. So if you want shutdown functionality, that comes with module level monitoring. If you want optimization on top of shutdown, it comes with shutdown and monitoring as well. So each one progressively has more features than the one before. These module level integrated versions of the TS4 platform are available from some of the best module manufacturers in the world: Trina, JA, Silfab, Sunpreme, iTech, and there's a whole list of people where you can procure these module integrated versions of the TS4 platform. So now there's another version of the TS4 platform, and it's called the version available from SMA, and it comes in two versions. We offer the shutdown version, and we offer the optimizer version. And so these two module-level power electronics devices are designed to work with any PV module as an easy add-on, as you can see in the picture in the corner. They allow selective functionality, giving you choice. So you can choose to outfit your system with all shutdown devices, all optimization devices, or a combination of the two, and we can talk about that. In this case, snap-in functionality. To mount this to the module, you simply click it on the module frame. It takes just a few seconds, as Brad said. And if there's ever a need to upgrade this, change it, maybe you chose shutdown and you decide later you want optimization, work with your AHJ, but all you have to do is replace that cover. There's a simple tool. You pop the old one out, you pop the new one in, and you move on. You don't have to rewire the array. Sometimes you don't even have to take the module. So I heard I may be having a little trouble with my audio. I'll make sure everyone can hear me. Okay.
I think you're sounding okay now, John.
Okay. Is there anything I need to go back and cover that didn't come in clear?
It was really just the last few sentences, so I think you're doing all right.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. We can come back and touch on any subjects as needed. So let's talk about the communication. We talked about Sunny Portal, and let's talk about the overall communication. So how do you communicate to these module level devices? So what you're going to need is you're going to need a gateway. So this gateway talks to the modules directly, and this allows you two functions. It allows you to gather the module level data, and it also allows you the shutdown functionality. So just like the retrofit version, this gateway is easily installed on the module frame. It simply clicks in place, and then you put a little set screw there, which you can see in that upper left corner. So very easy installation. It's going to cover most installations, about a 50-foot line of sight range, and generally you'll mount this right in the middle of the array when you're designing the array. In order to talk to the cloud or to talk to the Sunny Portal, you also need a Cloud Connect Advance. So the gateway talks to the modules, and then the gateway sends that data or communicates directly with the Cloud Connect Advance. This device actually mounts right inside the Sunny Boy inverter. It connects to the internet either over an Ethernet connection and a router or over a Wi-Fi or WLAN connection. And in the future, you'll have optional cellular connectivity to connect out as well. This connects your modules directly to the Sunny Portal. It enables the module level disconnect required by NEC, and it also allows you to configure your site online. So now, we showed you the main components that you need to install the Power Plus module level power electronics solution. Brad talked about different choices that we have for Power Plus solutions. What we're going to do is we're going to show you 3 simple portfolio use cases where you can easily decide what solution might be appropriate for your need. Okay. So the first solution, here's a situation where you might choose to use the Sunny Boy and the Sunny Boy SMA rapid shutdown system. These are for roofs where you have minimal shade. You may not need or you may not choose to have optimization. The strings are close together, meaning that there's no issues with the array boundary and the NEC 69012, or the modules in the string are all facing the same way, and again, you don't necessarily need module optimization in that case. So the next situation, you've got a little more complex roof. You've got minimal shade. So again, you may not want or need module level optimization. However, the strings might be separated in this case. You might be running into issues with the array boundary in 69012. And in this case, the modules are still facing the same direction. So again, you don't need optimizers necessarily to connect mismatch between or within the string. And you might choose the TS4S platform, and that's the shutdown platform for easy compliance and still excellent performance with the Sunny Boy inverter. And then the third use case is obviously going to be the most complex roof. This is a rooftop where either you have heavily shaded arrays, the strings are separated, causing issues with array boundary potentially. Modules within a string may be facing different directions, in which case you definitely want to put optimizers on your string. There's a case where you would simply choose the TS4O platform and meet compliance there. So 3 real simple roofs. Simple roofs facing the same way, use SMA rapid shutdown. More complex roofs, you might choose the TS4S, and complex roofs, the TS4O. And you can choose whichever you like, but there's a nice guide for you to get you off and running. Okay, design and support. For design, SMA, as we mentioned earlier, offers the Sunny Design string sizing and module compatibility tool. It's available right on our website and an engineering team to help you. Some of you may be familiar with that tool. It encompasses Power functionality, and so you can build your system right there and get the appropriate string sizing for your region. And if you need to do production modeling, there are 3 tools we might recommend going to look at. If you're using the TS4 platform, Aurora is a nice tool available at aurora.com. PVSys is another nice tool, usually used by utility systems, but also a really good tool. And Folsom Labs is another really good tool. So all of those are, of course, based on the Sunny Boy 40, the US 40 there, and it gives you options for design and support. And of course, you can always pick up the phone and call our applications engineering team if necessary. Okay, monitoring with the Sunny Portal. So we talked about communication to the Sunny Portal, delivering module level power electronics data as well as inverter data. So this is a data portal with an industry leading, we've got 250 million registered PV systems in the Sunny Portal. It's really easy to monitor and look at the system, a simple user interface. You're able to drill down and look at performance of individual modules, as you might be able to see on this tablet screen to your right here. If you find there's a problem or a module's not doing what you expect it to do, you can react very quickly. You can come right to the site and pinpoint where you want to spend your O&M time. And as Brad mentioned, we've already smart connected to work with the inverter and tell you what's going on. So monitoring with Sunny Portal is free, it's simple, it's easy, and again, it's the industry leading #1 portal on the solar platforms. So with that, I'm going to pass the ball back to Brad, and he'll talk about some sales tools.
All right, thanks, John. Definitely appreciate it. Now we've explained the benefits of the Power Plus solution as well as the components and the use cases. We really wanted to leave you with a suite of tools here to explain these concepts to your colleagues and customers. Now, SMA provides installers with a host of technical resources for support. As John mentioned earlier, we have the applications engineering team, we've got Sunny Design, we've got all of those items on the front end, but we also have additional resources that are available to you on demand or at any time to really make you more effective out in the field. So if you haven't experienced training via our Solar Academy, I really urge you to check them out. We provide regular free webinars accessible via the Partners tab on our website. And those are done weekly, bi-weekly, and like I said, they're short and free, and an absolutely great resource to help keep you up to date with the latest and greatest that's going on. We also offer in-person training at our location here in California, and we're frequently visiting our authorized distributor partners and locations across the country via roadshows. So we recently completed a roadshow for the Power Plus solution that went down the East Coast, across Texas, and back up the West Coast, and we'll be doing another one later in the year. But if you haven't had an opportunity to attend those, again, you can go to our website, visit the Partners tab, and see the Solar Academy schedule and check those out. All of those training dates and stops are available online. Second, if you're like me, when you need to learn how to do something new, the first thing you do is go check out videos. So if I'm looking to install do something with my plumbing or around the house, I'm definitely involved in YouTube, checking out the videos available to me. Now, SMA's got a YouTube channel, so you can go to YouTube, find us by searching SMA Solar Technology. And if you look at SMA America's playlist, we've got a number of short tech tip videos that are always available on demand to help you be more effective. Those are narrated by the Solar Academy. Again, another great resource to help you be more effective. Speaking of social media, as Kathy mentioned, Solar Power World social media activities earlier, SMA reaches tens of thousands of folks each month via our social media activities. Our SMA America blog, called SMA Inverted, offers a wealth of resources. So we'd urge you to visit the blog, visit it often, follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. We're constantly posting about new product features, interesting projects, service tips, and other important topics that'll make your job either as an installer, designer, or sales personnel easier. When it comes to sales support materials or even homeowner collateral, those are available via our authorized distributors. So you can go to our website and click the Where to Buy, choose your distributor of choice, and check out some of the collateral that's available to you. Instead of tossing a data sheet in with technical jargon and with a homeowner's proposal, we have custom-built collateral that can help you make your sales job that much easier. And again, all of this is available on SMA America's website. So if you go to SMA-America.com, you'll have a host of information available to you. So with that, we'd like to thank you for your time and attention and open it up to questions.
Thank you so much. We do have some questions coming in, and so we'll begin asking those. And you can continue to submit your questions too in that Q&A box. So feel free to send those in. But we'll just start off with some of these here. Someone would like to know if all the components that you mentioned are available now.
Yes, so we'd urge you as far as specific components, if you go to the Where to Buy page on SMA-America.com, select your preferred authorized distributor of choice, and reach out to them. They'll be able to help and consult you with product procurement. But the solution is available with the one exception of the SMA Smart Connected service program, which will be available next month.
Thank you very much, Brad. Another question is if you can explain the boost versus buck function and what's really different about your optimizer.
Yeah, sure. This is John. So the question was, what's the difference between a boost buck and a buck converter? So we think that this topology or this design is by far the most intelligent way to approach module level power electronics. So with a boost and a buck, you're doing twice the functionality up on the roof. You've got a boost function or a buck function, and then you send power down to the inverter on the ground or in the basement. With this topology, the TS4 topology, it's a buck-only solution, and the boost is down in the inverter. And what that allows is that it allows less electronics up on the roof, meaning you've got less components and less critical components on the roof. And the other thing that's clever about this is that it's only working when it has to. So you're only bucking when you're fixing the problem with the string or the module. And what that means is your electronics run less, they run cooler, and we let the hard work of the boost converter be done down in the inverter where it belongs. So this is a more efficient and longer lasting by design component.
Thanks so much, John. Another question is, if Smart Connected is activated and it senses an event, what happens next?
Yeah, John, I'll take this one. So SMA Smart Connected is really an automated system, right? So SMA is actively monitoring that system at all times through Sunny Portal's intelligent monitoring technology. SMA is the world's largest servicer of PV inverters, so we've built all that experience and that intelligence back into our monitoring platform. So if we detect an error, it'll be handled based on the corresponding category. So the inverter, as the heart of the system, will relay those error codes and that information back into our service group and back through the Sunny Portal, where specific remediation techniques will be offered, or an RMA process will be opened depending on the specific error code. So for example, if the event is minor, the installer will be notified by email with troubleshooting tips. Or if it's something that's not related to the inverter, then the installer can make that site visit on their own accord. And really, the benefit again is it circumvents those calls from the homeowners that really stop productivity and threaten referral business. And then again, if the event is significant, the RMA process will be initiated, but also again it allows that installer to be proactive and reach out to the homeowner, so that it's not the homeowner calling, but it's the installer that's reaching out proactively.
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate that clarification. Another question about the Smart Connect. If Smart Connected detects that the inverter needs to be replaced, where will it be sent? I think you kind of touched on that already.
Yeah. So really, when initially registering for SMA Smart Connected, the installer has the option to send the replacement to the plant address, so where the physical location of the system, the customer address, or the installer address. So there's various options that are available to that installer. So depending on what is going to fit his or her business model best. And again, it's a couple of form fields in Sunny Portal and checking a box when he fills it out. So very, very simple process.
Okay. Well, I think that's all the questions that we have time for, but I do hope that everyone enjoyed the discussion. If we didn't get your questions, or if you think of other ones, you can always contact Brad and John on your own. And again, this webinar will be emailed to all registrants, so you can view it at your convenience. And Brad and John, I just want to say thanks again for the great information.
Thank you, Kathy. We definitely appreciate it.
Thanks, Kathy.
And thanks to everyone in our audience. And you can register for other upcoming webinars on solarpowerworldonline.com. And thanks again. Have a great day, everyone.